hum quietly to yourself inside your own mind. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Everybody. Okay. Everybody say welcome to Robin. Robin on the drums. Gavin bought a ticket on Elon Musk's interstellar flight, so he's just out in space this week. He's trying. Yeah, he's a band on the run. He's on the dark side of the moon. Bob, I know that Robin is doing great things on the drums, and I can't hear it. Something happened. I think you turned down the master, maybe, or the house. Was it too loud? Let's try it a little bit loud. Let's try it back up. Can you guys actually hear out there, or no? Oh, you can? Oh, you can hear a little bit, or you can't hear enough? Okay, here's your choice. Either you remain silent, or you say, "We will rock you!" A little bit louder? Okay, we'll try a little bit louder. Okay. I can't feel the drums. My soul has left my body. I can't feel the drums. Okay, everybody, you're welcome to stand up and wiggle to the beat and sing along. We're going to do I We Wees and I Let Go. I release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Release and I let I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah, we did. Okay, let's do one more. One great power. One great power. You can sing it as Shrek if you want. It's totally up to you. There's just one presence, just one light, shining on the world like a beacon in the night. Just one power we all can share. One great power everywhere. Oh, one great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies above. One great Spirit waking in prayer. One great power everywhere. One great power everywhere. Just one purpose, just one spark. Burning in the soul like a candle in the dark. Just one chorus we all can sing. One great power that it brings. Oh, one great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies above. One great Spirit waking in prayer. One great power everywhere. Oh, one great power, one great love. Big as the ocean and the skies above. One great Spirit waking in prayer. One great power everywhere. One great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. Nice.
All right. Now, wasn't that a peppy beginning? Woohoo! One great power.
Good morning,
Morning, everyone. My name is Katie Grinham, and I'm going to be your leader this morning as we come together in joy and song and message to inspire ourselves. In a way, isn't it? Because the more we are centered and inspired in our lives, we affect everyone around us. And so it's kind of counterintuitive, you know. We think we have to be always giving, and certainly that is a wonderful trait, but it is when we are in good shape. Isn't that when we're the light? Isn't that when we radiate who we are the most into the world? So a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Those on Facebook and YouTube, we're delighted you're connecting with us. And if it is your first time here with us at Unity of Calgary, just want you to know that this is somewhere where you can come and authentically be who you are. If you're a little nervous this morning, be that. If you're a little hesitant, be that. And know that it's all right. We're all here on a journey together, and there's no way that you need to be. And we just hope that you will find a sense of community and belonging and connection by being with us this morning. So let's begin by getting connected. Always a good place. So for us, we call that affirmative prayer here. So I ask you to close your eyes if you're willing. Settle into your chairs. Taking a deep breath in and slowly out. And another deep breath in and slowly out. And just checking in with that heart this morning. How are you feeling? And perhaps put your hand on your heart and just send it a little support, a little reassurance that today is a new beginning. We center and focus on what we want most in our lives. We breathe in love and breathe out peace. Breathe in love, breathe out peace. And know that this morning is an opportunity to receive just what you need, whether it be through song or message. Just hold that you will receive just what you need today. We know this to be so, and so it is. We are a spiritual community, and why we gather together is our statement of being. Let's affirm that together now. We are here as love to celebrate the one power, the one presence in our lives, in this community, and in the universe. And I'd like to call up Pandora Rain to read our Daily Word. Daily Word's a publication that's been put out for over 100 years, which is just exactly that. Words to inspire you each day to stay on the path.
Thanks, Katie. I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. Sometimes I feel inspired by the words of others, and sometimes I am inspired more by action. Today, I take my inspiration from the story of Charles Fillmore, a businessman who marveled at his wife's complete healing from a serious illness. This prompted him to embark upon an intense period of prayer, meditation, and the study that led to the founding of 1889 of Unity, which has become a global spiritual community. I take the story to heart and find my inspiration in my feelings of awe and wonder, love, and even healthy curiosity. Feeling an awakening of inspiration within me, I center my awareness in God. Divinely inspired, I move in harmony with the creative flow that blesses the work of my mind, my heart, and my hands. But truly, it is the spirit in a mortal, the breath of the Almighty, that makes for understanding. From Job 32:8. Thank you.
Thank you, Pandora. And if you would like to be one of our Daily Word readers, we now have our sign-up sheet up again on the bulletin board, and we would love you to just say which Sunday works for you, and you could come up and share your presence and your words with us. Unity of Calgary is part of a worldwide organization, as she mentioned in the Daily Word there, created by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And this is an organization of love and empowerment, and the idea that if we all treated each other as spiritual beings, what would our world be like? So let us affirm together the worldwide vision. We envision a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And how we do that here at Unity of Calgary is through our mission. So let's affirm that together as we energize each other. We are a welcoming, vibrant, spiritual community that inspires hearts and transforms lives by expressing our divine essence. So if that resonates with you, or at least brings a curiosity, what would it be like to be surrounded by people who have that as their mission? Interesting, isn't it? And what it does is it births a lot of ideas and a lot of sharing. And so I'd like to talk a little bit about some of those in our upcoming announcements here. So first of all, next week, August 29th, we have our speaker is John Burgess, our treasurer. Yay! John has spoken a couple of times before, and he always brings this fabulous twist of science and spirituality. So I am intrigued what he will have in store for us. This time the talk is called Our Will Be Done, but Is It Free? All month our theme has been will. So he's going to be talking about that, and he's going to make a case for the loving intent as the real driver behind our lives and our fate. So I hope you'll join us next week for John's talk. On Mondays, we're continuing to have Coffee in the Park. It's at 1 p.m., weather permitting. And if you'd like more information about that, you can see any of us. You can get Shona's Jenkins' phone number. She is the person who's coordinating it. Bob Spin, he can direct you there. We are seeing that it's a time for people to come together outside, enjoying weather and being connected. So hope you can join that group on Mondays. And then on the 29th, after John's inspiring talk, we're going to have one of our first movies. Now, we're just trying something new this time. We're doing it in the afternoon just to see what that is like for people. So it's going to be a matinee. Remember when we were kids? You go to the matinee. Yay, matinee. This is a powerful movie. I did preview it a while ago, and it's called Inside Peace. And it is about people who have had the least amount of peace in their life. It's about some people who have been incarcerated, so within the prisons, and talking about how do you find peace in some of the most difficult situations. And it's truly inspiring. And I hope that you'll join us for that. So as I say, it's at 2:30. There's a suggested love offering of $10. And we're not asking people to let us know ahead of time on that, are we? No. So, yeah, you can just go out, grab a bite of lunch, and come on back. Coming up in September, always a lot of fun things starting in September. On the 9th is the World Day of Prayer. And this is a powerful event. Many of you have been to that before. How many of you have been to our World Day of Prayer events before? Yeah, very moving, are they not? And goody, we get to be in person. How is that? So it's going to, I know, it's good, eh? So it's going to be Thursday evening here at 7 p.m. It'll run about just over an hour and a half. And we will be praying basically for the world, because it is the World Day of Prayer. But there's a personal aspect to that as well. So we have these forms. There we go. Just kind of got caught in my throat there for a second. We have these little forms where you can put down the names. You just need to put the first name of who it is that you would like to have prayers for. And it could be members of government, countries, just saying. And what we'll be doing on that Thursday is coming together and sharing those prayers. And this is also something that you can tune into on the worldwide Unity site as well. And we'll be giving you more information as we go forward. And And, one more announcement is Willow Ridge here, which has been our home, is coming alive again as well, as they're having an open house on the Saturday the 9th in the backyard. So it's going to be kind of like a fair from what we can tell. And the fair is going to have different booths. And we would love our community to be represented there. So we're looking for people to contribute to creating some sort of booth for us to share what's going on. Oh, they actually have the schedule up there. Well, that's fun. So if you have any ideas of how maybe we could present who we are to the general community, if you could let Susan or Cecil or Tina know, that would be great, and we'll begin to move forward in getting that ready. Okay, well, enough chitter-chatter. Of course, all that information is on our website, and the best way to find us, not sure what's happening there, is to be connected on our newsletter. And you can sign up for the newsletter on the website. Okay, I think we've got our scary sound settled out. And let's have some music. So, Anthony and the band. Oh, actually, are you just doing it, Anthony, or are the band's with you there? Okay, very good. The song, The Great Awakening.
I can't help but notice, and I feel a little nervous, because I'm about to perform in the presence of princesses. My goodness, what a beautiful tiara you have. She can't see me. I'm over here. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. Okay, I'm going to start that again. I'm in the wrong key. I'm in the wrong key. It's driving me crazy. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'll try it again. I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. Please, I can do this. But no, I can't do it in that key. It's all wrong. Isn't life awesome? In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. See, it's not just important that you sing your song, it's that you sing your song in your key.
Is that symbolic in life as well?
That's what I'm saying. You know, they say, don't leave this world with your song still in you.
Right.
But if you're going to sing it while you're here, sing it in your key.
That's right. Don't try and be somebody else.
That's right.
Okay, I like it. It's good. It's good. Anthony and I have that in common. We're good little seguers. We can fix anything. And it was just the perfect song. Thank you, Anthony, because that's what we're going to be talking about, the power of love to heal. And our speaker this morning is Melody Chardon, French, I got a little French lesson from Claude. And we're delighted to have her because she's coming to talk about something that is very important in our lives, because life is full of loss and change, and that's not easy. And she is someone who has dedicated her professional life to talking about that and supporting people in moving through that in a way that brings growth and change. She is a certified professional coach, a grief specialist, and a mental fitness trainer. Ooh. And it is her passion to help people have happier, healthier, and more fulfilling lives by moving through grief in a conscious way, through conscious grieving. So please give a Unity warm welcome to Melody.
It's no secret. Life stretches us, challenges us, changes us, and sometimes crushes us. The human experience is infused with loss. Loved ones die, relationships end, hopes and dreams get shattered. Adapting to our changing world takes compassion, courage, and a conscious choice to be willing to move beyond the pain of loss and change. Conscious grieving is a process, a practice, a healing and awakening journey. I learned the hard way how vital the skills of conscious grieving are In the span of 18 months, my dad died, I filed for divorce, and I became the primary caregiver of my 2 teenage daughters, and I started a new career. I tried to do it all alone. I didn't know how to ask for help or who to ask. My relationships, career, and health suffered. I ended up with adrenal fatigue. That's what happens when your body is overloaded with cortisol, the stress hormone. A normal cortisol level is between 2 and 11. Mine was greater than 40. Exhausted, not sleeping, anxious and uptight. I wasn't eating. And when I did, I turned to chocolate, chips, and ice cream. We all have our favorite comfort foods, don't we? Life had to shake me up in order to wake me up. Have you ever had one of those moments? One of those shake you up to wake you up moments? Maybe you're having one now. My search to get my life back on track led me to becoming a certified grief coach, a life coach, and now a mental fitness trainer, where we focus on positive mental fitness. Working with my own coaches and mentors has transformed the way I think and feel about grief, love, life, and relationships. Now it's an honor to be invited to talk to people, including you, about embracing grief as a natural and necessary response to loss and change. The problem is, most people don't understand what grief is or how to grieve in a healthy and supported way. Let's change that now. Just like a diamond is formed by extreme pressure and upheaval, so too do you become more brilliant and resilient with the upheaval of change. Grief has the power to transform and awaken you to your purpose, your passion, and your brilliance. Today I'm going to redefine and normalize grief, highlight the consequences of avoiding grief, and introduce you to the benefits of conscious grieving for healthy living. The present moment is the place of our personal power, free will, and choice. So let's all take a moment now to arrive. I want you to take a deep breath, and as you release that breath, consciously let go of everything you had going on before you came here and everything you have going on when you leave. Bring yourself fully into this moment, fully awake, aware, and available for everything that's here for you, right here and right now. Now take a moment to notice how you feel. Sometimes we take breathing for granted. When we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed or triggered, we hold our breath and we forget to breathe. Science has proven that 3 deep breaths can shift your mental, emotional, and physiological state. We spend a lot of time in our heads, regretting and ruminating over the past, and stressing and worrying about the future. When we're up in our heads, we disconnect from our hearts and the people in front of us. We become distracted, disengaged, and easily triggered. I want you to remember this simple breathing exercise anytime you feel stressed, frazzled, hurried, or out of sorts. Use your breath to instantly recenter, refocus, and reclaim your energy and your power. Now let's redefine and normalize grief. When life is disrupted with change, we also experience loss. When there's loss, grief will be present, whether we acknowledge it or not. Grief is the normal, natural, and necessary response to the loss or change in any familiar pattern, behavior, or relationship. Let me say that again. Grief is the normal, natural, and necessary response to the end or change in any familiar pattern, behavior, or relationship. Grief is the suffering you feel when something or someone you love is taken away. Grief is multifaceted. It affects us mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. During the grieving process, your mind, both conscious and unconscious, scrambles for answers that you can't find, recognize, or accept. Your hearts feel shattered. What used to be your life becomes unrecognizable. What used to be your future becomes completely foreign. What you thought was solid disintegrates. What you once visualized vanishes. Your hopes and dreams crumble. During the grieving process, you may find it hard to concentrate, focus, or make clear decisions. You may experience feelings of profound sadness, confusion, relief, guilt, shame, regret. You may have difficulty eating, sleeping, or finding the energy for daily living. These are all normal reactions to loss. The more significant the loss or life transition, the more intense the grief will potentially be. When I was in the process of separating from my husband, I went for a walk by the Glenmore Reservoir. And it was early winter, and there was that thin layer of ice across the reservoir. Someone had put some pressure on the ice, and the cracks in the ice just rippled across the reservoir. And as I looked out, the first thought for me was shattered hopes and broken dreams. I felt lost. My life was unrecognizable. When your life is uprooted like that, you ask questions, hundreds and thousands of questions. Some questions no one has the answer to. Sometimes you're not looking for an answer. Sometimes all your heart needs is to ask the question. Sometimes simply saying the question out loud relieves the pressure, eases the pain, and soothes your soul. Sometimes words come out, words you don't mean, words you would never consider or think of saying otherwise. But these words do escape your lips, and so you need to be with someone who is simply holding space for you, holding space with a non-judgmental attitude, with acceptance of who you are and where you're at. You don't want someone trying to make you feel better, fix or advise you. You want someone to listen, to validate, to let you know that you're not alone. All that other person needs to do is listen, to be there, to be present, attentive, and truly listening. Imagine that person being a heart with ears. Can you relate to some of these thoughts and feelings? You're not alone. Did you know that there are more than 45 life events that will trigger grief, whether you acknowledge it or not? Grief doesn't reserve itself for death alone. Divorce or relationship breakdown, loss of health, a job loss, a career change, or a promotion, loss of financial security, graduation, marriage, or retirement, loss of a friendship or a business partnership, a miscarriage, loss of a cherished dream, death of a pet, loss of safety, trust, respect, selling the family home, when your children gain their independence or your parents lose theirs. Whatever the cause of your loss, conscious grieving for healthy living will help you to come to terms with your loss, cope with the pain, ease your sadness, find new meaning, and eventually move on with your life. Grief is as unique as your fingerprint. Your grief response will vary depending on the relationship, the circumstances, and your previous experiences with grief. How you deal with grief will also vary depending on what you've been taught, observed from others, and adopted for yourself as coping strategies. How have you dealt with grief up until now? Or have you? Many people believe the way to deal with grief is to numb, avoid, or suppress it. They rush to get on with it or hurry to get over it. There's no getting over grief. There's only going through it. If you knew that suppressing your grief could lead to heart attack, stroke, diabetes, cancer, anxiety, depression, or even suicide, would you be more likely to take the action steps to deal with your grief? Many people believe that they've dealt with their grief until a new life event, a death, a divorce, a career or a lifestyle change, or a global pandemic comes along and knocks them off their feet. Old, unresolved grief comes back for healing. How do you know if you're carrying unresolved grief anyway? Unresolved grief is basically anything you wish that was better or different than it is or was. It's anything you wish that you had said or not said, done or not done, or that that other person had said or not said, done or not done. Unresolved grief is the result of not being able to express your thoughts and feelings in a way that you feel heard, validated, and understood. When you hang on to these thoughts and feelings of regret, anger, blame, or shame, you carry the weight of that unresolved grief with you. It's like carrying an overloaded suitcase through the airport. Some of my clients have said unresolved grief feels like this heavy, itchy, dark wool cloak, or like carrying a sack of rocks on their back, or having a piano thrust upon their chest. The good news is that in as little as 8 weeks, my clients consistently feel happier, healthier, lighter, and free. Your body carries the weight of grief until you learn to let the emotions flow through you. So I want you to imagine that your heart is your emotional loss pot. And when you're young, you experience a loss of someone or something you love, a pet, a grandparent, or a friend who moved away. And if you don't know how to grieve, you intellectually rationalize that you're over it, you make yourself feel better, and you tuck that loss into your emotional loss pot. And then another loss comes along. You graduate from high school, you move away to college, maybe you experience the loss of your first love relationship, and once again, you tuck that loss into your loss pot. Depending on your personal and professional experience, there may be a few or many small or significant losses that you've been tucking away in that loss pot. Well, eventually, the stress of life comes along and starts to heat up that loss pot. And as any of you know, a boiling kettle, will only boil for so long. Eventually, that emotional energy or that steam has to go somewhere. Eventually, you'll blow. It's impossible to move forward when you're emotionally incomplete with your past. It's like trying to build a new house on a cracked foundation. When we're stressed, we're not at our best. And anger is deep sadness unexpressed. The loss of trust, safety, respect, connection, intimacy, and love in any relationship is always related to unresolved grief from the past. This is why when we get into a fight with someone we love, or maybe we don't love, Everything from the past gets stirred up. It gets recalled, rehashed, revisited. Grief doesn't go away on its own. The idea that grief takes time sets us up for long-term pain. Just how long does it take anyway? Imagine you're driving down the Trans-Canada Highway and you get a flat tire. You pull over to the side of the road, you get out of your car, you lift up the trunk, you take out a chair and you sit down. And you wait. And you wait for your tire to reinflate. Grief doesn't go away on its own. Giving grief time will not heal your heartache or your pain. Taking deliberate action steps to embrace your natural and necessary grief will. I've worked with people who have carried their grief for more than 30 years. Even those who thought they had done their grieving have found that they were carrying unresolved grief. Healing doesn't just happen with the passing of time. It's what you do with that time that makes the difference. Avoiding doing your grief work is like avoiding paying your taxes. Reconciling and healing grief takes time and action. You can't change what happened, but you can change what you do next. You might be asking yourself now, when is the best time to take action steps on my grief? The answer is now. When you embrace your grief, you release your pain. Let's go a little deeper and talk about feelings. Feeling fine is a lie that we tell ourselves and others. Fine equals feelings inside, not expressed. Individually and collectively, we are all grieving the loss of something right now. The tension of the ongoing pandemic, a crumbling economy, mounting unemployment, the loss or potential loss of income, homes, and businesses, the loss of financial safety and security, and the loss of hopes and dreams is being felt by everyone in some way. Over the last 18 months, my clients have been making these statements and asking these questions. They say, I just can't stay focused. What's wrong with me? I just can't get out of bed in the morning. Why am I so tired? I don't understand why I'm so emotional. Why do I feel like crying all the time? I've lost my patience. I have such a short fuse. Why am I so angry? What's on your mind and your heart right now? What's your version of the questions being asked by others? Why do you think you feel the way you feel? Unresolved grief makes us feel listless, lifeless, and dull. It takes a lot of energy to suppress that natural and necessary emotion of grief. And we're ill-prepared to deal with loss. We've been taught to chase pleasure and avoid pain. We've been encouraged to work hard, get good grades, get a job, acquire things. But most of us haven't been taught what to do when we lose something or someone we love. It's not always easy to talk about how you feel. However, there's something powerful about acknowledging, articulating, and allowing the presence of grief. Let's take a moment now. Acknowledge how your life has changed over the last 18 months. How has your life been disrupted? Just take a moment to reflect and acknowledge one loss you've experienced in the past 18 months. Now articulate. How does that make you feel? One or two words. How does the thought of that loss make you feel? Notice the emotions that show up when you give voice to your thoughts. Now allow those feelings to flow through you. What do you notice now? All stress, strife, and suffering starts at the level of your thinking. Whether you're conscious of your thoughts or not, your thoughts are driving you to feel the way you feel and act the way you act. Much of what many of us have learned about grief is an intellectual solution to an emotional problem. The intellectual solution is a Band-Aid at best. Underneath that protective layer, unresolved grief festers. If you broke your arm, you wouldn't hesitate to ask for support. You'd get yourself to the hospital and you'd receive the necessary medical attention. A broken heart requires support too. By now, you're probably seeing how unhelpful and unhealthy grieving has led you or your loved ones down a path of continued pain and suffering. Any coping strategies you've been using to avoid or suppress your pain have been silently robbing you of your health, happiness, and vitality. If you are someone who has learned to suppress your grief, you may notice you don't have as much energy as you used to. Suppressing your emotions is like holding a beach ball underwater. Imagine you're holding that beach ball under the water right now. You can only hold it for so long. Eventually, your body will get tired, your arms will give up, and you'll have to let go of that ball, and it'll pop up out of the water. The emotional energy of grief stores itself in your body until you learn to allow to let it move through you. Your life changes when you do. Conscious grieving for healthy living is a transformative journey from the head to the heart, a courageous and compassionate journey of awakening, healing, and growth, an effective and efficient process and a life skill that will serve you, your children, and children for years to come. Reconciling unresolved grief and being emotionally complete means feeling happier, healthier, and lighter than you do today. Acknowledging that it's perfectly all right to feel sad from time to time. You don't have to stay there. Realizing that being able to talk about the loss you've experienced is indeed healthy. Being able to enjoy fond memories without pain, regret, blame, guilt, or shame. Claiming your circumstances instead of your circumstances claiming you. And finding new meaning, purpose, passion, and moving on without the fear of being hurt again. Everyone is being touched by grief right now. The pressure and the upheaval of life is creating the conditions and the motivation required to let go of unresolved grief that is weighing you down. When we know better, we do better. From this point forward, make it a practice to acknowledge what you've lost, articulate your thoughts and feelings, even if that means writing it down on a piece of paper, and allow the grief to flow through you. You are not your feelings, they won't last forever, and you are not alone. You can't change what happened. You can choose what you do next. You can use your power of will to choose, commit, and be willing to move beyond the pain of loss and change. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Freedom from pain and suffering comes from the willingness to accept what has happened and to learn to let it go. Be compassionate, patient, and loving with yourself and others. Navigate this time with an open heart and do what you need to do to get support. Trust that your soul knows the way forward and let it guide you in each step that you take. Most importantly, share what you've learned today with others. I'm here to support you and your loved ones in facing your individual grief journey, and I hope that you'll come and speak to me later. And now we're going to move into a meditation.
So
I trust and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
And just taking a deep breath in now. And slowly out. And once again, settling into the chair. And knowing that this time is time just for you. Time to turn within and connect with that which created us. And invite you to allow your feet to sink down, down through the floor and into Mother Earth. Imagine with it, letting all the thoughts, the busyness of the mind, go with it. Just letting it go, resting in. For you belong to her. You are a precious creation of this earth. Like the birds and the trees, you belong here. And draw the energy of the earth back up through your feet. Imagine that like great roots, you are drawing it up through the bottoms of your feet and right up to the base of your spine, as though you're just sitting in the earth. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Just to rest that deeply. For as Melody said, there are so many things that come and go in our lives. Things we struggle with, things we hope for, things that pass, things that die. And as we draw the strength of the earth, draw it right up your body to your heart. Bring this strength, this nurturing to your heart, to that storage area of all those hurts. Just feeling that support underneath. And now, if you will, bring your awareness to above your head and imagine a brilliant white light. Knowing that this light is a healing light. This is the love and the light of that which created us. And imagine this light of love, of peace, of comfort is shining down on the top of your head like the warmth of the sun. Knowing there's nothing you have to do or be to receive this healing today.
allow it. Open to it. Will it. Allow your will to meet with the will of spirit and love. And open to the healing that you need the most. Allow it to move down the back of your head, this love and light, and coming down over your shoulders, relaxing them, and wrapping around your shoulders like a cloak of comfort. And affirming to yourself, I'm all right. Here in this moment, I let myself feel all that's there. And I know that it's bathed in that great love, that great peace. I feel it. I embrace it. I choose it. And breathing in that love. And knowing it's so. What if today is the day that something needed healing gets healed? Or the beginning of something that needs to be healed? We're so thankful for this time together, for the power of being in the oneness. We breathe this in. We know it to be so, and so it is.
I'm going to read the words to you first. I wish I wrote these, but I didn't. Why? The question that is never far away. But healing doesn't come from the explained. Oh, Spirit, please don't let this go in vain. You're all I have, all that remains. So here I am, what's left of me, where a spirit meets my suffering. I'm alive, even though a part of me has died. You take my heart and breathe it back to life. I fall into your arms open wide when the hurt and the healer collide. Question that is never far away. Healing doesn't come from the X-ray. Spirit, please don't let this go in vain. All I have, all that remains, so please, I have what's left of me. Where spirit leads my suffering, I'm alive. Even though a part of me has died, take my heart and breathe it back to life. Fall into your arms open wide. Word and the healer alive. Sometimes I feel it's all that I can do. Pain so deep that I can hardly keep my eyes completely fixed on you. God, take hold and pull me through, 'cause here I am, what's left of me. Where spirit leads my suffering, I'm alive. Even though a part of me has died, take my heart and breathe it back alive. Fall into your arms open wide. The hurt and the healer alive. It's the moment when humanity is overcome by honesty. Peace is ushered in for good. All the stars are understood when kindness takes its rightful place. All these questions fade away. Out of weakness we let go. And hear you say it's over now. I'm alive. Even though a part of me has died, take my heart and breathe it back to life. Fall into your arms open wide. The hurt and the healer, spirit come and break my fear. Take my heart and take my tears. Find forgiveness even here. The hurt and the healer, spirit come and break my fear. Take my heart and take my tears. Find forgiveness even here. The hurt and the healer, spirit come and break my fear. Wake my heart and take my tears. Find forgiveness even here.
Whew, I don't know about you, but I got goosebumps everywhere. Oh, thank you, Anthony. A powerful, powerful song. And realizing that, yes, when the hurt and the healer, because we have the inner healer and the spiritual healer within us. And also people like you, Melody, who have dedicated your life to helping people heal. So thank you not only for that inspiring talk, but also for the work that you do. Yeah. And that we do here at Unity, opening the space for people to come and to heal. And each and every one of you who is a good listener, for your helping heal as well. Listening to your own selves. So, on that note, where do we go from here? Gosh, I tell you. So thank you. Thank you all for that. And with that thankfulness, we move into our time of giving and receiving. And we'd like you to know that what you donate to this work does make a difference as we come and bring who we are and what we have to offer in all our different ways, our time, our talent, and our treasure. We have envelopes at the back there that you can fill out. If it is your first time with us, please make sure you fill that out full enough that we can give you a tax receipt. If you're donating online, you can do that through the website. You can mail it in by check, whatever is good for you. So thank you for that. But let's now do what we do best, which is moving our energy into that place of joy of giving. So please stand and join in the singing of Give with an Open Heart. And I'm sure those little kids who are joining us today know that dancing is an option. Yeah, so feel free to just move your body. We're all going to as we sing Give with an Open Heart. Take us in, Anthony.
Good morning. Thank you. Divine love, please with me. Let's. What? Hello. Okay. I think we've got the technique. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am. All that I have, all that I receive, all that I receive. I'm ahead of myself. Thank you.
Very good. Yes, thank you, knowing that everything you are, everything that you give is a blessing. So let's do a blessing now for the children. The children that we have with us today. Those of you who are in Facebook and YouTube can't see that we, as Anthony said, we have a couple of princesses today. Beautiful dresses and tiaras and some children just full of that love and light. So let's affirm our blessing for the children that are with us, our own inner children and the children of the world. We love you. We bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. All right. And let's take a moment now to bring to mind anything that you would like to envelop and embrace with prayer. So that could be a person, a place, a situation, maybe your own health, whatever it is. Bring to mind what you would love to surrender into love, into the power and the presence of prayer. And you bring it into your awareness now. We also have our prayer box here. There are slips of paper where you can write the names of those and situations and people to pray for. We pray here with our prayer team for 30 days, as well as down at Unity Worldwide. So know that your prayers make a difference here and now. And if you're looking for prayer support, know that you can go to a 800 line of 1-800-NOW-PRAY, and you will be held in the greatest love as we support you in all your experiences in life. We also hold Unity of Winnipeg and Unity Christ Church of Truth, as they are two of the unities this month that we hold in prayer, giving them the energy to bring that message to their communities and across our country. So let's affirm now together our prayer of protection. The light that is God surrounds me. I am the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am the love. The power that is God protects me. I am the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. All right, now we get to have a little more music. Is this music we should stand up for,
Yes,
Anthony?
you can all sing along. And
All
I'd like to say
right.
a quick hello to those who are part of our community who are at home today. You can hold your applause at the end. Flo, hey Flo, miss you Flo. It's been ages since I've seen you. And this is Nira Sonia. I think that's right. I think I'm reading it right. And Adele and Lorraine and Chris and True Guy, hey True. Rhonda and Janice, Reverend Vicky, and Wayne and Shirley. Let's all say hello to them at home. All right, here we go. You're welcome to sing along. Let's do I am light, I am light, I am light in this world. I am light, I am light, I am light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so
Yes, we do. There's a lot of light in this room this morning. And just also wanted to give a shout out to everyone who attended the picnic last week. We had a great time. I personally wasn't there, but I heard it was fabulous, and Shirley gave an awesome talk. So lots to be joyful for, lots of things together. A thank you again to Melody. And stay connected with us through our newsletter. And let's now move out and join hands. If you're comfortable, if you're not quite there yet and you don't want to hold hands, that's okay. Whatever works for you as we sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.
What do you think? I'll follow you. Apparently we're doing a swing version of Let There Be Peace. Or not. Okay. What do you want to do then? Instrumental.